What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. We need to talk about the future of this channel. In fact, the future of mental health and my health, as I have just got back from the liquor store. I have purchased every bottle of hard booze that they have, and I am going to be taking the rest of my day drinking it straight from the bottle because we, as a society, have reached peak stupidity. I can't believe this is where we are. I can't believe we have to talk about this. But if you've been under a rock for the last 12 hours, Nova Scotia, I can't believe I have to say this on the air, Nova Scotia has banned hiking. You are not allowed to go outside. You are not allowed to walk for mental health, for exercise, for any method, because God forbid something bad would happen due to dry conditions. Now, you have to be patient with me on this video because censorship is at all-time highs, which reminds me, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to the channel. Hit a thumbs up and a comment at the very minimum. It costs you nothing, folks, and it'll get this video past YouTube censors that say, hey, turn this down. Don't let people see it. They're talking about the climate. Here comes new restrictions across Nova Scotia due to dry conditions. Effective 4 p.m. yesterday, August 5th, you now get a $25,000 fine if you're caught walking around in the woods. Take a listen to this.
We're here today because the experts have advised, and we agree, that more precautionary steps are required. We have to stay in front of this. We can take steps while we are in the middle of trying to fight fires, or we can be proactive and try to prevent them. And we have chosen to be proactive and try to prevent fires. So based on the recommendations of Scott Tingley and his team, they recommended, and we agree with the following. Effective 4 p.m. today, we're telling Nova Scotians, stay out of the woods. We are restricting travel and activities that really aren't necessary for most of us. Hiking, camping, fishing, and the use of vehicles in the woods are not permitted. Trail systems through woods are off limits. Camping is allowed, but only in official campgrounds. The fine for violating any of these bans is the same as the fine for the ban on burning, $25,000.
So there's a couple of words that are being used there. And before anybody in the comments gets their tail feathers in a ruffle, people would say, well, Fringe, this is because of smokers. This is because of human error. I'm going to get to that. But notice that you're not even allowed to go fishing, hiking, walking, riding, anything in or around wooded areas. You're allowed to go camping, but only in official authorized spots, which seems a little hypocritical. I understand that they won't allow you to have a campfire or anything like that in there. But let's listen to some of these words again, because this really paints a familiar picture, doesn't it, when you think back a couple of years ago?
We're here today because the experts have advised.
The experts have advised. Who are the experts? I really wish, for accountability's sake, in these situations, the government would have to name an office or a jurisdiction that has come to the conclusion and advised the government to take away people's rights of movement, of freedom. Like, you could just have a ban on fires. I mean, I grew up in Calgary, Fish Creek Park. You were told it was dry season. You weren't allowed to go through with, you weren't allowed to smoke. You weren't allowed to anything. They've never had a massive fire. They've never had a problem. So why is it all of a sudden, well, we got to start taking away people's abilities to move, to get out and enjoy nature? One of the words that's used here, I really want to hammer down on.
We have to stay in front of this. We can take steps while we are in the middle of trying to fight fires, or we can be proactive and try.
We have to get out in front of this and we have to be proactive. Sound familiar, folks? Take a look at the comments. They're showing same thing. As Table Salt points out, when they were removing people from others' homes at Christmas during the scamdemic. Lockdown is different in a good way. I mean, I know it sounds crazy to normal people, but static electricity generated by hiking boots is a real danger. $25,000 could bankrupt somebody. I'm planning a hiking trip along the Cabot Trail next month. Should I cancel my trip now? Flights and hotels are already booked. This is going to take a big chunk out of tourism money. It's all about control and seeing how they can push it over time. This will become normalized. Just watch. Instead of cleaning up the forests and parks from old dead trees, he bans Canadians to go and enjoy the last days of summer. Way to go, libtards. Elbows up. I mean, look, I know there's going to be people in the comments who say, hey, this is warranted. We want to protect things. But here is the definition of hiking. For anybody who didn't know hiking, the activity of going for long walks, especially in the country or woods. A walk. And I know people are going to say, well, again, we're talking about smokers. That other comment about static electricity, you know, they're just trying to do their part, everybody. They're just trying to be proactive. They're just trying to get in front of it. Well, if you look at the Government of Canada's website, over this highlighted word, isn't that what they said the problem was with fires breaking out across the country? Isn't that what they've been telling people all these years? That it's not us, it's out of our control, that we need to tax people into oblivion, that we need to bring in electric vehicles, that we can't do all these things that we used to normally do because of this highlighted word on the screen. Again, I can't say it because the video will get slapped down for misinformation. Like, this is the state of our country. This is why I said I am going to drink myself into oblivion, because we have truly reached peak stupidity in this country. The fact that any politician thinks that people are going to buy this, that people with a normal brainstem are going to eat this up and say, yeah, it's totally normal. Oh, that guy's doing a great job. Give me a break. People need to take back their country. Not by violence, but they got to start doing something and telling these people who control the vote to shove it. I'm serious. Enough is enough. Are you guys not sick of this yet? I'm sick of it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Have you ever heard of hiking being banned before? Do you think that this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to bans? Again, like that comment states, it's all about control. This won't be the end of it. It'll only get worse from here. Let me know what you guys think. Do you see provinces across the country doing this to people, or do you think this is a contained situation? Again, I'd like to know who these experts are. They seem to be faceless and nameless and simply a scapegoat for any government to behave however they want and just say, look, experts told us this is what we have to do. Who are these experts? And if they are experts, shouldn't we have gone through multiple summers without fires as it is? If they're so expert on the subject, if they know everything so well? Maybe they should have gone to Jasper and fixed things over there. You know, when the House of Commons was being warned it was a tinderbox. Let me know your thoughts down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Again, folks, leave a comment, a thumbs up, subscribe if you liked the content. YouTube is censoring everything these days. It's not a fun day, not a fun game when they want to do those things, but help the channel out if you can. Join me live tonight and now twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays, on the channel for Unhinged Fringe on Wednesdays, Friday Night Fringe on Fridays, where I'm joined by a plethora of new co-hosts as well as Mrs. Fringe on Friday nights to talk about everything that happened this week in politics, everything that didn't make the cutting room floor, as well as your Q&A inside the greatest YouTube community on the platform. I always look forward to chatting with you guys each and every week, hearing what you have to say outside of making these videos. I now look forward to chatting with you twice every Wednesday and Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, here on the channel. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.